Right, welcome to the proper first week of The Punt, the new show on Show Me the Money TV. Welcome myself, Joe Me the Money, after last week, and the Bishquake. He's got his smile on because he's landed 3 out of 4 bets last week. How are you doing, Bish? I bet you're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, we both did well. To be fair, I'm just a bit gutted that I bottled the overs and put in Kenyon Drake. It was 1 yard short, but never mind.
So yeah, going over last week, I think if you watched our live stream, we give 3 bets we were pretty confident of that we said to the viewers, hey, if you're thinking about something, obviously please bet responsibly was the the joke of the live stream, but we did 3 bets. How did we do? So Bish, like I said, you nailed that. You chucked 4 on and you nailed 3 out of the 4. You had David Montgomery over 66.5 yards. You had Washington Commanders plus 2.5.
Minus
Uh,
2.5.
Minus 2.5, I apologize, yeah, which was your biggest win because they absolutely dominated. And then you had the Bears game going over the points. Do you remember the points on that one?
It was over 49.5.
And you got that right. Well done. And then you one fail, Bish. Go on. Kenyon Drake touchdown anytime, I believe.
Yeah, devastated. He had a big 29-yard run, and he got stopped at the 4 yard line. A couple of plays later, he had another run to the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And we're thinking he's in here. Next play, Lamar fake handoff walks in. So devastated on that one. As I said, that was in my top three as well. So yeah, never mind. We were so close, but no cigar.
I think we were just tucking into the stew, weren't we? That Mary made at that point. We
Yeah,
were just in the stew. We both looked across. So we saw him get tackled on the 1 yard line. We thought, oh, sometimes they give those, don't they? If he stuck out a hand, we were
yeah,
getting excited. And then we had it. We had it. He ran into the end zone. We thought, wow, Bish has nailed 4 out of 4. What a day. We've nailed the first week. And then all of a sudden, the pan recammed, hit
yeah,
Lamar Jackson with his hand up, going, I've got you all. And he got us also.
yeah, devastated.
Yeah. And then I had Tyler Algier over 33 yards. I got that one right just, I think, in the fourth quarter, didn't he? He had a big run of about 16, 17 yards, which got me over that. Pretty lucky. I had 5.5 sacks for the Philly Colts game. I'm pretty confident in that one. Got that one right. And then I had the worst prediction out of, I think, even some of my dad's comments on this one. Allen Robinson over 50 receiving yards. Bish, what did I do wrong there? Because I've had
You
an
got the
absolute
wrong.
nightmare.
That was your first mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what he ended up with, but yeah, I think Matthew Stafford left the game with a concussion as well. So yeah, the Rams offense hasn't been too hot this year. So I'd stay away from them in future.
I'm hopefully going to learn my lesson for this week. I think on our show where we preview this Sunday's games, I'm going to stay away from the Rams or maybe bet against them in a bit of spite from because I think
Yeah,
they're
that's
the
it, yeah.
man. Yeah, it was a shocker. So no, I think good first week. I'd say Bish. We like I said, you're 3 out of 4. I'm 2 out of 3. Success. Hopefully, some of you got on some of the ones that we were confident about, especially the Washington, especially the Washington handicap, as we were both very confident, and you smashed it out of the park with that one. You give me confidence. I went for it. Brilliant.
Yeah, I liked that one, and it got off to a shaky start though, didn't it? Watching that Heineke threw that one down the field, and the DB had probably too long to think about catching it and put it
Yeah.
down. But then luckily on the other end, Kendall Fuller gets the interception and takes it all the way to the touchdown. And at 20-0 up at half time, we were pretty confident that was in the bag. So yeah, that were a nice one.
For obviously most of our fan base is rugby. Hopefully, we grow it into more NFL and get other sports going. But obviously, why do these cornerbacks have no hands, Bish? I can't work it out.
It is a weird one, isn't it? It is a weird one. I don't know, because even when you look at the combine and things, and even coming out of college, even when they're doing the drills, they still struggle to catch there. So
They do.
maybe that's an emphasis that they can look at in the future. Because if you think about it, ultimately, it's a one-on-one with a wide receiver sometimes for the ball. So, and it's a massive play, obviously, taking the ball off the offense. So yeah, the good ones can.
Yeah.
At the minute, they seem few and far between.
Trayvon Diggs comes to mind. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
whatever you think of his actual cornerback ability, he gives away big plays, but he does have good hands. And obviously, I think you see the benefit of him, don't you? How many interceptions did he get last year? Was it 10, 11?
Yeah, he got a lot. Yeah, I think in that scheme as well, it allows him to just be a ball hawk. And like you said, he got beat on a couple of plays. You can get him, but I think this year he's been a lot better. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a scary defense that Cowboys.
It is this year. Yeah, I think we're about to cover them. So get your turkeys out, Bish, because it's the Thanksgiving game. It's the Thanksgiving games. I think it's a massive. Me being over there, it's a massive tradition they do every single year. You get your Thanksgiving dish. You've got your turkey. You've got your gravy. You've got your biscuits, and you go dishing and you watch football for about 11 hours straight. 11 hours straight. So it should be a good day. Hopefully, people after work. I think the first game starts at
5:30.
5:30. Bish has got it 5:30. So
I'm
after
on the
work,
couch from them.
yeah, after work, get your tea on and go watch one or two of the Thanksgiving games. First one, Bish. I think a tough one. We've got Buffalo v Detroit. The over under in this game is 54 points. Buffalo's -9 on the handicap, and Detroit obviously +9. What's your thoughts?
It's an interesting one. The Lions, obviously big underdogs there. What minus 9 did you say? So +9 for them, but they're on a high, 3 wins out of the last 3.
Yeah,
Both teams are scoring a lot of points. I think both teams have scored 30 points in the last 2 games. So Buffalo, obviously last week was a snow game, so they had to go play it in Detroit, and they've gone home, and now they're back to Detroit to play another game on 4-day turnaround. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Bet wise, I'm gonna go with another anytime touchdown scorer.
anytime touchdown score. Let me get it
Say
down.
about Drake, but I think we'll get it this week. So I'm gonna go with Devin Singletary, anytime touchdown scorer. And I just think the Lions, they give up some points. They've given up 2 rushing touchdowns in the last 2 games, and Devin Singletary scored 3 in his last 2 as well.
Yeah,
So I think that's a good matchup. And just Josh Allen is carrying a little bit of an injury to his elbow. He picked it up a couple of weeks ago. So I don't think, going back to the weekend's game as well, he didn't rush as much as he usually does. So I just think that'll, especially goal line, give Singletary the opportunities to get those carries and hopefully get over the line for us.
I was very nervous about this game, Bish. I'm be honest with you. I think I've done my notes. Bill's got a very mixed on offense. They're a bit inconsistent week in, week out. Very good, but there's no clear path apart from Josh Allen when he's on. He runs. Then you've got Singletary. You're worried about the running. The wide receivers each week. It's a bit unpredictable. Stephon Diggs obviously amazing, but you never know who's going to get the touchdown. So for betting purposes, I'm panicking. Detroit, obviously, I think they're not the top scoring offense anymore, but I think they're close. They're in the top 2 or 3 scoring offenses in the league. So that, I think, tells you what this game could be. Both defenses a bit shabby, not the best, are they, on defense, especially Detroit. Buffalo were, but they've just had a bunch of injuries, I think, at cornerback especially. So I've got one. I've got a wide receiver touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdown, Bish. I've got for this one, and then I'm also done a chuck in over 1.5 rushing touchdowns. I think Jamal Williams is the top touchdown scorer in the league. I can't see that stopping this game. And then I've also got, like you said, I was keen on Devin Singletary as well. I think Detroit's rush defense is abysmal, and that's a compliment. So I think yeah, I'm with you on that. I think, if like last week when we were both buzzing about the Washington one, I'm going to join you on the Devin Singletary anytime touchdown. And then Yeah, so that's that game. For the Giants and Cowboys, Bish, what have you got?
Giants, Cowboys. So I think this is another one-sided one by the bookies by the looks of it. I think they've got Cowboys -9.5 at home. I think
Yeah,
it's interesting. Obviously, coming off a big win at the weekend over Minnesota, 40 points to 3. Was pretty impressive. Sacked Kirk Cousins 7 times, I believe, as well. So yeah, that pass
crazy.
that defense are looking really good. And we've already spoken about Trevon Diggs and his ability on the ball. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I'm actually going the other way. I'm looking at the Giants, and I'm just looking. On paper, the two good teams, both 7-3, and it's probably the last chance for one of them to try and keep up with the Eagles at the top of that division. So I'm going to go with the bet is Darius Slayton over 47.5 receiving yards. Reason being, I think last week he had 9 targets, which is a lot. And the other wide receiver who was up there with him, Wan'Dale Robinson, he's done his knee and is on injured reserve at the minute. So it's looking like Darius Slayton's going to be the main man out there. And I think the way Cowboys are playing, they'll get in a lead and get a lead early, and the Giants will be playing catch up, which sort of goes against them. And obviously their big thing is Saquon Barkley, but I just think they'll have to throw the ball. And given Slayton's the main man out there, I think he'll be getting most of those receptions, and hopefully can get us some yards.
So are you staying away from the handicap +9, -9? Are you? It sounds like there's some pro Giants in there in you. I didn't know that, Bish.
No, if I had to go one way, I would go the Cowboys. I think given their big win at the weekend and 4-day turnaround, another home game for them, another big division game, and the Giants just seem to be, if it doesn't go their way, if they can't run the ball with Saquon, they can't grind out the clock. I'm not too sure of them, to be honest. So I just think Cowboys will be too powerful, get a lead, and they'll struggle. But hopefully they can, they'll have to throw and have to throw it to Darius Slayton.
I've got a fun fact for you for what you just said there about controlling the clock. If the Giants have 29 or fewer carries in a game, they're 0-3.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So I've just give you a little point, a bit of a stat boost there, Bish. I've done my research. They 29 or fewer, 0-3. So I think the stat for people watching, the Bish has nailed it again. I think I'm pretty confident in the Cowboys in this one, Bish. I'm going a double. I'm doubling up. I think viewers watching us now, especially after last Sunday, I give some crazy ones that I'm probably ignoring for this show, acting like I didn't say. So I think as people are watching, sensible, go Bish. If you want something a bit wild, I might have one for you. I'm going a double here, Bish. I'm going I'm going to take Cowboys on the handicap of 9.5 points, but then I'm taking the over as well. I'm going to double it up and go the over of 45.5 points. So I think Cowboys are going to get a lot of points in this. I think the Giants have got wide receivers injured. They've got cornerbacks injured. The line hasn't been the defensive line hasn't been brilliant anyway. So I think they're going to run all over the Giants, and I think they're going to receive. I think the wide receivers are going to go crazy as well. So I can see another Cowboys big win. And every year, if I want to explain myself, every year there seems to be someone who goes on the bye and really kicks on from the bye. And I think this year for me, it's going to be the Cowboys. I've just, after watching last week, I think I might be getting carried away from last week's result. But yeah, I'm going to take the point spread for the Cowboys and the over on the match of 45.5 points, doubling up.
Lovely.
Go
I've
Cowboys.
got another one in there as well. I'm going backwards and forwards. I'll just throw in there as well. Tony Pollard over 66.5 rushing yards as well. I think that's a nice one. The only issue with that is obviously Zeke's sort of eating into his carries a little bit, but it seems to be Pollard's got the big explosive plays in him, and Zeke sort of snatching his touchdowns at vulture style at the goal line. So and as we've sort of scripted it, we expect Dallas to be scoring some points and be in a lead. So that'll sort of aid the running game.
I'm going to just take you off the betting for a second. What's your opinion on the Zeke Pollard debate, Bish? Where are you at? Where's your head at with it?
It's an interesting one at the end of the year. I think Jerry Jones really likes Zeke, doesn't he? So he's keeping him in the fold. But they've got some big decisions to make at the end of the year. The way Pollard's going, you've got to re-sign him, haven't you? Really, he looks electric. Both running and obviously receiving as well in the passing game. So he looks really good. I actually quite like how it works at the minute. With the 1-2, the bouncing off each other, but obviously cap wise, I don't think you can afford to have them both. But yeah, I quite like Zeke just for fantasy purposes. He's vulturing a few touchdowns, which keeps him relevant.
Well, yeah, I think they've got a big decision to make in the off season. I'm excited to see what they do because do you know how many years Zeke has got left? Is that?
I'm not sure. I think he'll be getting around to another contract. So I'm not too sure, but he's got he's on a big one at the minute. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to be interesting. Yeah,
because Pollard averages more yards, per run than Zeke as well, and he's the backup running. You can't wrap your head around it, but then I think you do research, and Jerry Jones has demanded Zeke gets more of the ball on it. I think
he's trying to keep him in there. Trying to keep him in.
Yeah. So no, that's your Giants v Cowboys. I think we both predict if we were going a certain way, both confident in the Cowboys. Giants were a bit worried about in the wide receiver call because of the injuries there, and then the defense has been up and down all year. So yeah, there you go. And then the final one, Bish, New England Patriots versus the Minnesota Vikings. 42.5 for the game, -3 for Minnesota, the favourites. New England Patriots +3. Give it to me. What's your thoughts?
Again, I'm taking on the Patriots like I did on Sunday. I'm backing the Vikings on this one. I've actually took -2.5. I got that a bit earlier today, so I like that. Again, there's little bits that are concerning. As I said, they played Dallas at the weekend. The Minnesota Cousins got sacked 7 times, which is it's not
crazy, that isn't it? Crazy.
So, and the Patriots obviously a stout defensive team as well. Matt Judon's having a great year. I think he's up to 13 sacks on the year, so he'll be coming for Cousins as well. But I just think they've got too much points in them. They've got those superstars. They've got the Dalvin Cook. You've got your Justin Jeffersons. They've just Hockenson is in the passing game as well, getting some work. So Cousins is a hard man to trust, but I just feel as though at home it's a big bounce back game for Minnesota. After that hiding from Dallas, and the last time they lost to the Eagles earlier on in the year, they bounced back with a win as well. So I'm hoping that they bounce back with a win this week. So yeah, I've got the Vikings -2.5.
All right, Bish, we're having a disagreement.
Where are you at?
First disagreement of the episode. I just can't. I'm going to let what happened last week proper determine what my thoughts are this week. And I look at Matt Judon. To me, very Micah Parsons like. I think same position, same way they can sack the quarterback. Just absolute athletes of men. And I see the same thing happening, Bish. And I've got the New England Patriots to win this one. I'm just going to go money line. I'm not playing with the handicap.
That's big, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm not playing with the handicap. I'm not super confident, so that's not going to be one of my 3 at the end. But I've got also, judging on what happened last week, I've got over 5.5 total sacks in the game. That was the line they give me, and I thought I'm all over that. 7 sacks against Kirk Cousins last week, and it wasn't even. I was watching it. You might disagree with me here, but I didn't blame Kurt for it. I think it gets stick, obviously, primetime Kurt, not primetime Kurt, very different people, apparently. But I've got I just can't see them stopping Matt Judon on that New England defense.
Yeah, I think possibly the only difference is that the 7 sacks came from different areas of the defensive lines, the offensive line. Sorry. So, but as you said, yeah, it's still a big number, and the Patriots are very stout defensively as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But you know, I'm going with points. I'm backing Kirk Cousins. We'll see how that one goes.
What does that over under scream to you, Bish? What are you thinking for the? Are you staying away from that completely?
What was it? Sorry, 42.5.
I got it as 42. I think it might even be 43.5 now on certain betting sites.
It's I see Vikings screen points to me, but Patriots, as we know, as we talked about on the show on Sunday, it's just the total opposite. And again, 4-day turnaround. It's a tough one. If anything, I would go under. I think if I was touching it, but I'll probably stay away.
Steve, I've got a fun one I'm going to chuck in there actually for this game. I'm going to go Kirk Cousins, 1 or more interceptions in the match. I think if the if the defensive line does start to get into him more often, I think he's going to panic, chuck that ball around, and I think it's going to end up in one of them New England Patriots defensive backs players. So I'll chuck that one in for you. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm doubling up. I'm doing over 5.5 sacks and 1 or more interception for Kirk Cousins.
Nice.
That's my risky one. Again, I love my risky ones. Bish, you're the safe man. You're the
I'm the safe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one who the viewers should listen to. If you want a bit of fun, come to me. But I'd go you. But no, that's the Thanksgiving games. I think we'll have another show for you later in the week going over the Sunday games, similar to this, and then we'll have our Sunday red zone live action, have the banter on, maybe a couple of beers this time, who knows. We'll have a laugh and we'll see what it is. Maybe Dad will predict some fun. I think he got the New England Patriots right last week on a last few second interception, was it? No, sorry,
return. Yeah, but it was it was in the bag, and he's pulled the postman delivers, doesn't he?
The postman delivered. I'd say very lucky, but you can't. That is betting at the end of the day. So I'll give him that one. He knew his stuff. I'll let him have it. And hope you've enjoyed. Please give us comments on your thoughts if you think we're talking rubbish or we've actually got some good points. And we will see you later in the week for Sunday's recap. Bish, I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're doing anything for it.
I'll just be on the sofa watching as many games as I can with kids running about, hopefully.
Yeah, we've got it's 3 in a row, and it's different to the Sunday. So it's football all night from 5 o'clock. Tune in with us. We'll be tweeting. We'll be messaging each other, having the crack. If you want to join, give us a tweet, comments on the YouTube, and see you later in the week, Bish.
See you later.